Dagger. This is starting equipment for a sorcerer, or you can purchase this from the undead merchant for 300 souls. The item description states that this is a standard small dagger. It has only a modest attack and it can be jabbed in rapid succession. It is effective in critical hits such as after a parry or when stabbing in the back. With both slash and thrust attacks, this dagger is useful in various situations. Style points, I think it's kinda cute. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Maybe a 5. While the Bandits Knife has slightly longer range, better critical attacks, and a bleed effect, the basic dagger possesses a faster swing speed with some of the fastest normal attacks in the entire game, and it also has a more versatile moveset. This fast swing speed leads to it being more efficient with buffs that add flat damage increase to weapons. It's fantastic for producing sheer elemental DPS. The fast rate of attacks adds up to a lot of fire lightning damage very quickly if you can achieve high uptime on the target. Ideal for bosses with timer designed mechanics such as the Four Kings. The Parrying Dagger. This can be found on a corpse in Upper New London ruins in the same area as the first Banshee. The item description states that this dagger is useful after parrying and is... The item description states that this dagger is useful for parrying and is normally equipped in the left hand. Who would have guessed? A favorite of the Knights of Karim, who are famous for fighting without a shield. Style points. I'm a sucker for design and I love the guard on this. He kind of looks like a collectible to me, so I'll probably give it like a 7 out of 10 in style points. Pretty cute. The Parrying Dagger has the longest parry frame window in the game, comparable to that of the target shield or buckler. The parrying window has 8 frames instead of 6 like every other regular shield. The Bandits Knife. This item is obtained as starting equipment for a thief, or it has a 2% drop rate from an undead assassin in the lower undead burg. The item description states that this wide single-edged short sword is the favorite of lowly thieves and bandits. Primarily a slicing weapon, but highly effective when used for critical hits such as after parrying or from behind. Backstabs, pretty much. Style points, I will just give this like a 4 out of 10. It doesn't look any better than the dagger. It is, it just looks a bit rough. It is superior to the dagger in terms of critical hits and status build-up for bleed, but the moveset is inferior as it only performs slashing attacks. Ghost Blade. This item has a 1% drop rate from Banshees, but good luck actually getting it to drop because this weapon doesn't ever drop. The item description states that the ghosts of New Londo clutch this wickedly sharp dagger with their bony hands and make mincemeat of the living. It is one of the cursed weapons which can inflict damage upon ghosts. For style points, I'll say this is actually kind of an ugly, underwhelming kitchen knife, but let's give it a 3 out of 10 for now. As they mentioned, it can inflict damage to ghosts without transient curse, but did you know that the R2 strong attack is changed to a double horizontal slash that can be followed up by a triple slash with an additional input? But then again, I suppose you'd actually have to get the dagger to drop before you... Priscilla's Dagger. I would refuse to elaborate because you're a monster if you do this, but for the sake of the video, you get it from cutting off Priscilla's tail. I will say good luck actually getting it when she's invisible for the entire duration of the fight. The item description states that this sword, one of the rare dragon weapons, came from the tail of Priscilla, the dragon crossbreed in the painted world of Ariamis. Possessing the power of Life Hunt, it dances about when wielded in a fashion reminiscent of the white-robed painting guardians. For style points, I'll say 0 out of 10. I do not encourage harming Priscilla for this. It actually also kind of just looks like a short sword. This is way too big to be a dagger. A unique point about this weapon is that while it only adds 20 bleed build-up per strike compared to the Bandit Knife's 33 build-up per strike, when bleed does proc, it will actually hemorrhage a massive 50% instead of the typical 30% bleed build-up. Pretty nifty, huh? Dark Silver Tracer. After killing Artorias, you get his soul and you can trade it for the Dark Silver Tracer. You trade Artorias' soul with Lord's Blade Ciaran, who appears in his arena after he is slain. You typically will need to rest at a bonfire or refresh the area. Alternatively, you could just kill Lord's Blade Ciaran and get it for free. The item description states that this is a dark silver dagger used by Lord's Blade Ciaran of Gwyn's Four Knights. The victim is first distracted by dazzling streaks from the gold tracer, then stung by the vicious poison of this dagger. Style points. Honestly, it looks a little stinky, but you know, it does inflict toxic, so I guess that's part of the look. And it is pretty unique, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The unique R2 attack inflicts toxic buildup, which is good for pairing with the gold tracer in the offhand, so that the user benefits from both the gold tracer's unique moveset in the left hand and the silver tracer's toxic inducing heavy attacks. Thanks for watching.